Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Wi-Fi battle, Sun and Moon style, in the CITRA emulator. Sorry about that drop, whatever that was. We are back after a while. I haven't done a Wi-Fi battle in a long time because I was kind of contemplating how I should do the battles. There was a whole bunch of different ideas I was throwing around, but I finally just decided to just man up and try to figure out CITRA, and I did. I got a lot of help from Just WiFi. He's another battler. He's actually growing a lot from his CITRA battles. I have his channel in the description below. He helped me out. It wasn't too much of a favor. I just kind of asked him how it worked, like one of the issues I had, and he solved it pretty simply. So I figured that out, and these are some of the battles I saved on stream in case I did figure CITRA out. So thank God I saved these battles to have some up. But this one's going to be a UU battle against Star. I don't know his Twitch name. I think it's like Red X, or if it's somebody else. I don't remember who it was, but it is a UU battle. Azumarill is BL, but I guess he didn't know about it, or I guess when he made the team it wasn't BL. So I mean, it's completely fine. Azumarill doesn't do much to me when I have something like Toad, and then like Mandibuzz can foul play it, or I like Roserade can tank Aqua Jets, but it could have been a threat, so I had to watch out. I got to keep Toad alive for that. This was a team built around Choice Bandit, not Dupe Biter, Araquanid, so it was a fun team. It could pretty much spam Liquidation if I got rid of Celebi and Heliolisk, because Heliolisk, of course, does have the dry skin potentially. So I figured it could be fun to keep around, because it does wall the Entei, if I can, avoid the stone edges and stuff like that. But it's a pretty interesting match, and hope you all enjoy this CITRA battle. It's very high quality, and yeah, I mean, nothing else to say here. I should jump right into it. If the speed's a little too fast or too slow, I'll definitely experiment with the speed of the battles. As long as I have enough time to commentate over it, that's really what matters, right? So let's jump into it. I do lead Cincino because he did not have really a great lead against it. It pretty much like wrecked everything on his team, as he actually does decide to lead with Heliolisk. Now here I was kind of afraid it'd be Choice Scarf. So I mean, I was afraid it'd be Choice Scarf, but I just stayed in and said, you know what, I'm staying in, I don't care. And went straight for the Tail Slap because he did not have a good switch in the Tail Slap. As he actually brings in Celebi, which was an interesting play, because if I had U-turned, it definitely would have just killed Celebi, and I had some initiative after that. Well, not really, but I would have killed Celebi. But so here I figured, okay, so I can just U-turn. If he stays in, he dies, and if he switches out, I have initiative. So it was a win-win situation this turn, and getting Celebi out of the way is fantastic for my Araquanid, as well as my just mainly for Araquanid. Everything else kind of deals with it, except Toad. So yeah, Celebi is going down turn 1, potentially a stealth rocking set. So that was nice to have it out of the way. So here I went right into my Araquanid, just so maybe I can have fun with it and spam Liquidation. But I mean, I figured he can just go right into his Heliolisk here, as he does go do that. So here I was afraid, if it wasn't Choice Scarf, he obviously must have been Specs or Life Orb. So I did not want to go straight into Toad in case he has Grass Knot. So I went right to Roserade because I can tank a Thunderbolt, and Hyper Voice won't do that. It'll do a lot, but I can potentially do pivot around it. But he does go for the Grass Knot here, and judging from that damage, I mean, I can't tell if it was Specs or not, but because he made a read like that, I can only assume it was Choice Specs. So here I went for Sludge Bomb in case he switched out, or if he stayed in, go for Hyper Voice or something like that. So I do catch Latias on the switch, which I assume was his Defogger, and I do catch the Poison, which really doesn't matter because Sludge Bomb was a 2-shot. He does outspeed me, so I guess it mattered in that sense, to where like I can't just spam Sludge Bomb twice. So here I do switch out to my Mandibuzz, predicting a Psyshock or a Recover or something like that. I didn't really have a good like Dragon switch in, so I figured just go into my Spit F Mandibuzz. Toad was my defensive wall, with Mandibuzz being my special defensive wall, so they work kind of nicely together. I haven't really used Mandibuzz all that much this generation. It's actually really good in like a UU because top moves aren't there. So Draco Meteor just come out. I can just wall this thing by spamming Roost. As I believe I click Foul Play here because I didn't really need to Roost up. I definitely should have played Mandibuzz a little better in case Entei got out of control. Although I am Spit Def and not defensive, so I guess it didn't really matter there. I do go for the Foul Play just to get some damage off. As it does a pretty good chunk to Gardevoir for being a special attacker. So that's kind of why I had to run those min attack IVs to get the maximum damage. So here I can just sack Mandibuzz because I really don't need it for his team. I mean, Azumarill can beat a player off, Heliolisk destroys it, Bandit Entei can break through it, and of course Latias is really the only thing that can stop it. But here I can go to Roserade because I figured he was Choice Scarf, and if he was Scarf, obviously I tank Moonblast, and if he wasn't Scarf, he switches out, and I just get a free Sludge Bomb, as he does decide to go into his Latias to sack it off. So I guess he figured it wasn't doing much for him that game with Cincino around, and Scarf, Mantan can kill it with U-turn. So I guess it was a pretty decent sack for him, as he can bring in his Gardevoir again to threaten me out with a Scarf Psychic, and him bringing it in here just kind of confirms it being Scarf. So that's pretty much a confirmation. All the confirmation I need. I can go right to my Araquanid because the Araquanid does sponge these special attacks with that nice, very nice high special defense stat. So I take the Psychic, obviously. I eat it up for breakfast, no biggie. Here I wanted to click Poison Jab really badly in case he switched into a Azumarill, but I chickened out and I clicked Leech Life. And as you can see, this is Choice Band and Leech Life. Pretty much all the moves except Water moves won't do much because it's relatively low base attack, but Leech Life did a good chunk there, telling me that Liquidation, and it does resist Leech Life, by the way, very resist Bug. So if I had just clicked Liquidation, it would have done a crap ton to him. So I definitely should have clicked that. But I couldn't risk Heliolisk coming in, so that's why I made that play. I bring a Cytotoad to catch maybe a Waterfall or a Play Rough or something. It was my defensive wall, so I mean, there's no way clicking Waterfall, but something. He does go for knockoff, gets rid of my lefties, and here I can just get up my rocks. Get out my rocks for free because the Defogger is gone, and I can injure that Entei a little bit and just chip away at his team, which ended up being kind of crucial later on. Knockoff, he actually misclicked, he told me in the chat when we were playing. He definitely should have clicked Play Rough, but I guess he misclicked. I never really misclick because I don't like speed. I don't really speed up my turns. I don't really misclick, so I don't really get how people misclick so often. But I guess it's a thing. It's a thing. So especially like if you're like me, I like to organize my moves with like status up top and then like attacking moves at the bottom in order of that. But as you can see, he goes for Play Rough again. Earthquake did like no damage to this thing, so I did have Toxic. I should have clicked Toxic the first time just to wear it down. I went for Toxic the second turn. I am actually faster, even though I'm running a Relaxed Nature, but that's pretty much telling me he's probably an Adamant Nature or like max health, I'm assuming, with Leftovers. So Leftovers was definitely an interesting item on his Azumarill. He actually did not have a Z move on his team, unless the Celebi carried it, but I thought maybe he had Leftovers if I'm not mistaken. So kind of surprising he didn't have like Z Belly Drum or Z like Splash or something. Here I go on Roserade and just click Sludge Bomb because it threatens it out, obviously. No switching, like I said. Roserade's actually just like carrying the team on his back or her back. I'm not sure what gender it is, but I do get a pretty clutch poison, pretty big poison also because it avoids me. It isn't her. It allows me not to take a Hyper Voice from this thing or sack something else like a Specs Hyper Voice. So I guess it was big in that sense. I probably would have sacked something like a Araquanid there just because it didn't do much for me besides like Wall Entei. So here he goes out into Gardevoir again to Scarf Psychic threaten me out, so I can just go into Araquanid and just sponge the hit like I said before. Obviously I'll just stay in here and sponge. Shiny Araquanid looks really cool, so that's why I made it shiny, because it looks fun. And those bubbles, those like bubble arms, leg things, that looks cool too. Anyway, as Azumarill comes back in, I do click Liquidation this time because his immunities are gone and his resistances are gone. And I say that because this is a resistance. He's around 55% health, 56, maybe like 60%. And it's a 2-shot on his Azumarill. So if I would have clicked Poison Jab or even Liquidation earlier, this thing would have been down already. Or if Toxic would have connected. But, I mean, that's fine. Because I don't really need a Araquanid. So he can just knock me out with a Play Rough here. Kind of shocked he outsped me because my Relaxed Nature Cytotoad outsped him. But Araquanid's very slow. And I'm only running like 28 EVs to like speed creep other Araquanid. So I should probably run max health, but that's okay, I guess. So Roserade can come out here. I can wall his Aqua Jet and then just Sludge Bomb again, like I've been doing all game. As he does Jet to get some damage off, and judging from that damage, he definitely was like Adamant max attack with like max health, like a tanky Azumarill. So that was a pretty cool set, I suppose. Again, if he was like Z Belly Drum or Z like Splash, I could have been in trouble. But I guess it worked out for me, right? So Gardevoir comes back out, and at this point, it's got Scarf Gardevoir and his Banded Entei left. I'm assuming it's Banded Entei. While I have my Cinccino Life Orb with my Scarf Darmanitan, which has not been touched. So here I can attack Roserade because, I mean, there's no point keeping it around, and I can't switch into Psychic. So here I can bring out my Scarf Darmanitan. And I thought I had Earthquake, so I could have won it here with just like Scarf Earthquake twice, but I only had Rock Slide, so I didn't want to miss, because if I lost this, it was pretty much over. So I was waiting for 4 bullets to knock it out, and I can just either stay in and get the damage off on Entei for Cinccino to come in to knock it out, or I can sack Cinccino and bring it back into Rock Slide to kill. I kind of misplayed here. I definitely should have just stayed in because I banked on a Rock Slide hitting over Tail Slap or Rock Blast. So definitely misplayed. And at the range of health I'm at here with Darmanitan's nice base HP, I was never gonna die to a bandit extreme speed, and Cinccino could take one as well, judging from the health it's at. Because speed isn't stab, it's only base 80. It does come close to knocking me out though, so I do misplay here and just sacked Cinccino. Definitely should have stayed in, get the damage off, and then bring in Cinccino to win the game. But I decided to be risky and just rely on a rock slide missing or hitting. It is sheer force boosted, so it definitely would knock it out. And the moment of truth, I do take the extreme speed for sure. Unless he crits me, I do tank it, and I actually do connect the rock slide. So definitely should have sacked Darmanitan over Cinccino or carry Earthquake, but didn't really need Earthquake when I built the team. So that's it for the first battle. Very close UU battle. Obviously OU battle coming up next coming days. Let me know what you guys think of these CITRA battles. It's very cool, very clean. I like watching them, like Shofu and like Just Weevile's videos. Those are really like clean to watch. But like I said, I'll definitely experiment with like the speed of the video. I kind of like that speed. It's not too slow, not too fast. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and definitely catch me on Twitch for battling. Follow me on Twitter to get some battles, or join my Discord server. Either one of the three is fine. And yeah, I'm back for another battle one day. Take care, guys. Peace.